Tyler Monroe was not happy when he got the news. He had just arrived at Station Argus, a giant research and diplomacy base floating above the green-blue planet Zeta Prime. It was supposed to be the start of a quiet, new job. Tyler was a systems engineer. His work was all about fixing power grids, air filters, and the occasional grumpy maintenance bot. But just after stepping off the shuttle, an officer handed him a tablet. "Sorry, Monroe," the officer said with a tired sigh. "No. More single rooms available. You'll be sharing quarters with a Zenthari." Tyler blinked. "A what now?" "A Zenthari. Reptile-like, smart. Bioengineers. One of their best students is doing a study here. You'll be fine." He was not fine. Tyler had read about the Zenthari species before. They were brilliant scientists, but strange. Very formal, very quiet, and known for hanging upside down while meditating. Most humans avoided sharing quarters with them, but Tyler had no choice. When he finally arrived at the room, he found it had been modified. The ceiling had odd-looking rails and hanging pads. A strange scent filled the air, like plants and clean metal. His bed was still there, pushed to one side, but the rest of the space looked more like a jungle lab than a living area. Then he saw her. Standing near the far wall was a tall figure. She had smooth, dark green skin with faint golden patterns, bright orange eyes, and a long tail that gently swayed behind her. She wore a simple silver uniform with a symbol on the shoulder, probably her clan or school. She looked like something out of a dream, or maybe a science magazine. She turned toward him and tilted her head. "You are Tyler Monroe?" she asked, her voice calm and clear. Yeah, that's me," he replied, still trying to process the situation. "And you are?" "I am Zarla. I study human biointeraction. We will share this space in peace if you agree." "Right," Tyler muttered. "Peace. That sounds great." Zarla nodded, satisfied. "I have adjusted the oxygen levels slightly. My kind breathes better this way, but it is safe for humans." "Good to know," Tyler said, dropping his bag. He looked around again, noticing a stack of weird, pod-like fruits on the table. "You're not allergic to earth food or anything, are you?" "No," she said. "But I may watch you eat. It is part of my research." Tyler blinked. Right. That night Tyler lay in his bed and stared at the ceiling, listening to the faint sounds of Zarla climbing into her hammock-like structure and humming some kind of low tune. It was going to be a long assignment. The next few days didn't get much easier. Zarla woke up at 4 a.m. station time and liked to chant while doing upside-down stretches. She often talked to her plants. She didn't understand sarcasm, and she asked questions constantly. Why? Do humans cover their feet at all times indoors? Why do you cook food until it loses color? Do your people always smile when lying? Tyler tried to be polite, but it was hard. His last roommate at Earth Academy had been quiet, clean, and human. Zarla, by comparison, was like living with an alien scientist, which, of course, she actually was. But something strange happened on the 5th day. The power unit in the food dispenser broke. Tyler grabbed his toolkit and opened the panel. Zarla watched him closely. "You do not use gloves?" she said curiously. "I like to feel the tools. Makes it easier," he replied. "You trust your skin," she said, more to herself than to him. Tyler laughed. "I guess. Never really thought about it." From that moment, Zarla started looking at him differently. Not in a bad way, just more focused. She began asking about his tools, his training, and even his childhood. She seemed to find the most normal things interesting. When Tyler asked her why, she replied calmly, "Humans are unpredictable. This makes you valuable. You fix things with hands and instinct. Zenthari use formula. You use feeling. I am studying the difference." "Feeling can be wrong, you know," Tyler told her. "Yes," she agreed, "but so can formula." One evening, Tyler sat at the small shared table, sipping coffee and reading messages from Earth. Zarla sat across from him, slowly rotating one of her glowing fruit pods in her fingers. "You are less tense now," she said, He shrugged. I guess I'm getting used to living with a tall alien scientist who thinks I'm strange. She made a chirping sound he had come to recognize as her laugh. And I am adjusting to a human who fixes machines with his bare hands and talks to coffee. Tyler grinned. Fair enough. It still wasn't the peaceful private room he had imagined, but for the first time he didn't mind that so much. Little did he know things were about to get even more complicated. Tyler woke up early, as usual. The hum of the station was a soft, steady background noise. He stretched and glanced around the room, which was already filled with the faint scent of the strange plants Zarla kept in one corner. She was still asleep, curled up in her hanging hammock. He moved quietly to the small kitchen area, careful not to disturb her. Making coffee was a simple ritual that grounded him in this new world. He watched the dark liquid drip slowly into the cup and thought about how different his life was now. Living on Station Argus was supposed to be exciting, but so far sharing a room with an alien was more challenging than he expected. When Zarla woke up, she started her morning ritual, hanging upside down from her hammock, slowly swinging as she chanted softly in her native language. Tyler had tried to understand the words, but they sounded like music without meaning. Good morning, he said, trying to sound cheerful. Zarla opened one bright orange eye and blinked at him. Good morning, Tyler. Have you prepared your nutrients for today? Tyler smiled. I think I'm good with coffee and some protein bars. She nodded thoughtfully. Nutrients are not only food, they are energy, balance, and harmony. You may feel better if you try traditional Zinthari supplements. Tyler raised an eyebrow but said nothing. He was still unsure about trying anything unfamiliar. The day passed slowly. Tyler worked on fixing the station's communication array, while Zarla studied human social customs using a tablet. She had many questions. Why do humans cover their bodies with clothes that feel tight or itchy? She asked, looking at his shirt. Tyler laughed. It's a mix of fashion, comfort, and sometimes just habit. Zarla touched the fabric carefully. It seems strange. My kind wear very little clothing but cover our scales with bioshields when needed. Protection is important. Tyler nodded. Yeah, protection and sometimes modesty. Humans like to keep some parts private. Private? Zarla repeated, her orange eyes wide. Yes, we don't show everything all the time. It's a way to respect others. Zarla tilted her head. In my culture, nudity is not shameful. It is a sign of trust and honesty. Tyler blinked, suddenly realizing how different their worlds were. Later that evening, Tyler decided to cook dinner. He pulled out some freeze-dried vegetables and rehydrated them. Zarla watched quietly. You humans cook food until it loses its original color, she observed. Yeah, cooking changes food. It makes it safer and tastier, Tyler explained. Zarla reached out and touched the vegetables. But the life force, the natural energy, is lost. Tyler smiled. Maybe, but I like my food warm. They ate in silence for a while. Then Zarla surprised him by asking, What do humans do to relax? Tyler thought for a moment. We watch shows, listen to music, play games. Sometimes we exercise or talk with friends. Can I join your relaxation? She asked. Tyler laughed. Sure, we can watch some Earth music videos. I have some on my tablet. Zarla seemed excited. I will try. That night they sat together watching colorful videos of humans singing and dancing. Zarla copied some dance moves awkwardly but happily. Tyler felt a smile spread across his face. Maybe this could work after all. The next morning was different. Zarla was not in her hammock. Instead, she was standing by the window watching the stars. Tyler wondered what she was thinking. Zarla, he said, why do you always ask so many questions? She turned slowly. Because I want to understand you, Tyler. You are very different from my kind, but you are important to the success of this mission. Our peoples must work together. Tyler nodded, feeling the weight of her words. They were not just roommates, they were representatives of two very different cultures. He decided to try harder. Later, when Tyler was fixing a small leak in the water recycling system, Zarla came over with a strange device. This is a biosensor, she explained. It measures your emotional state. Tyler raised an eyebrow. Why? Because emotions affect your work. Humans are complex, I want to help. He allowed her to attach the sensor to his wrist. The device glowed softly. See? Your heart rate is higher when you are stressed. You fix better when calm. Tyler laughed. Thanks for the lesson. Zarla smiled. You teach me too, Tyler. Over the next few days they grew closer, but misunderstandings kept popping up. One afternoon, Tyler found Zarla trying to eat with her claws like a human. That's not how you use chopsticks, he said, showing her gently. She blinked. I am trying to understand human etiquette. Tyler chuckled. It's not that hard once you get used to it. Then there were the small moments. Zarla would mimic human expressions, but sometimes got them wrong. Once, she tried to smile, to show happiness, but it looked more like a grimace. Tyler couldn't help but laugh. Almost got it. She looked puzzled. Is that a compliment? Yes. Kind of. Despite the differences, a bond was forming. One evening, Tyler returned from a long shift, exhausted. He forgot to close the door behind him. Zarla was in the room changing her biosuit. Tyler didn't notice at first and began to move his shirt. Suddenly, Zarla gasped softly and froze. Tyler turned around, shocked to see her staring. He quickly grabbed a blanket. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Zarla interrupted with a laugh-like chirp. Do not apologize, Tyler. This is a great honor. Tyler was confused. Honor? In my culture, nudity is a sign of trust and honesty. You have shared yourself fully, I am happy. Tyler looked at her in surprise. Then he laughed nervously. Guess I've got a very unusual roommate. Zarla smiled warmly. Yes, but a good one. That night, Tyler realized something important. No matter how different their worlds were, they could learn from each other, and that made the universe a little smaller and a little kinder. The next morning, the soft glow of the station's artificial sunrise filled the room. Tyler was already awake, moving quietly so as not to disturb Zarla. They had begun to settle into their strange new routine. But that day, things would change in a way neither of them expected. Tyler had worked a long shift fixing the station's solar panels. When he finally returned, tired and dirty, all he wanted was a hot shower. He hurried to the bathroom, locking the door behind him. The warm water soothed his aching muscles, and for a moment he forgot about the strange roommate situation. Meanwhile, Zarla had an earlier schedule than usual. She finished her meditation and biogel treatment faster than normal. As she walked back to their shared quarters, she noticed the door was slightly open. Curious, and not seeing Tyler anywhere else, she stepped inside. At that moment, Tyler, feeling refreshed, stepped out of the shower wrapped in nothing but a towel. The door slid fully open. Zarla froze and stared. Tyler's eyes widened. He quickly wrapped the towel tighter and turned around, trying not to panic. But Zarla did not look upset. Instead, her bright orange eyes sparkled with what Tyler could only describe as delight. You are vulnerable, Zarla said softly, her voice full of wonder. Tyler blushed furiously. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for you to see me like this. Zarla shook her head gently. No apology is needed. This is a great sign. Tyler frowned. A sign? Of what? In Xanthari culture, showing your true self without any cover is a sign of complete trust and respect. You have honored me. Tyler was stunned. He had never thought of nudity that way before. To him it was embarrassing. To Zarla, it was a gift. Are you serious? He asked, still wrapping the towel around himself. Absolutely, Zarla said with a small, happy chirp. You have shared yourself fully. This means you want a strong friendship. Tyler let out a nervous laugh. Well, I didn't plan it, but I guess that's one way to make friends. Zarla smiled warmly. Yes, I am pleased. The tension in the room melted away. Tyler felt something new, an odd mix of relief and curiosity. For the first time, their worlds seemed closer. Later that day, Tyler sat at the table, still feeling a bit awkward, but thinking about the encounter. Zarla was nearby, tending to her glowing plants. "So," Tyler began, "you don't mind me being like that?" "No," Zarla replied. "On the contrary, it makes me happy. It means you trust me." Tyler nodded slowly. "That's very different from how humans think." Zarla tilted her head. "I want to learn more about human feelings. Perhaps you can teach me?" Tyler smiled. "I'll try." From that moment, their friendship grew stronger. Zarla began to ask more questions about human culture, not just about food or clothing, but about emotions and social customs. "How do humans show friendship?" she asked one evening. Tyler thought. "Well, we spend time together, talk, share meals, sometimes touch, like a handshake or a hug." Zarla's eyes brightened. "I can understand that. We do similar things, though ours may seem strange to humans." Tyler nodded. "Everyone's a little strange when you get to know them." The next few days were filled with small discoveries. Zarla learned how to brew coffee, though she found the bitter taste odd, and Tyler tried the Zenthari's energy pods, small fruit-like things that glowed faintly. One afternoon, Tyler caught Zarla practicing a human smile in the mirror. "It's not quite right," he teased gently. She looked embarrassed. "I am trying. You'll get it," he said with a smile. One night, Tyler was fixing a broken panel when Zarla suddenly appeared with her biosensor device. "This will help me understand your reactions better," she said. Tyler raised an eyebrow. "Okay. What does it do?" "It measures your heart rate, skin temperature, and emotional signals. It's a common Zenthari tool." Tyler allowed her to attach the sensor to his wrist. "See? Your heart beats faster when you are nervous or excited." Tyler laughed. "Guess I'm a little nervous now." Zarla smiled. "Humans are fascinating." Despite their growing friendship, some things remained confusing. Once Zarla tried to copy a human joke, but her timing was off, and Tyler ended up laughing at the wrong moment. "That was weird," he said, still chuckling. "Humor is complicated," Zarla admitted. Tyler shrugged. "Yeah, but it's fun." Their days passed in a mix of awkwardness, laughter, and learning. Tyler was beginning to realize how lucky he was to have such a patient and curious roommate. Then came the moment Tyler never forgot. They were working late one night on a repair outside the station. Zarla carefully explained her biotech methods, and Tyler shared some human engineering tricks. Suddenly, the air filtration system alarmed. A tiny leak had formed and toxic gas started filling the room. Tyler moved fast. He grabbed tools and sealed the leak just in time. Zarla watched him with admiration. "You saved us," she said simply. Tyler smiled, tired but proud. "Just doing my job." That day, Tyler understood something deeply. His human instincts, courage, and quick thinking were valuable. And with Zarla's knowledge, they could be a great team. As they headed back to their room, Zarla stopped and looked at Tyler. "You are different from my people, but that is good. You bring feeling and passion to what we do." Tyler grinned. "And you bring calm and wisdom to mine." They laughed together. In a galaxy full of stars and strange worlds, two very different beings had found friendship through trust and a little unexpected nudity. The days passed quietly on. Station Argus and Tyler and Zarla's unusual friendship grew stronger. They shared knowledge, laughter, and even occasional debates about human and Zenthari culture. Each day, Tyler found himself appreciating Zarla's calm wisdom and curiosity more. One morning, as Tyler prepared to start his shift, a sudden announcement echoed through the station's corridors. "Attention all personnel, an unplanned visitor is arriving. Please prepare for inspection." Tyler frowned. "Unplanned? That can't be good." Zarla's eyes narrowed slightly. "This could be a test from the station authorities." Tyler shrugged. "Or trouble." Moments later, the station's main airlock hissed open. A small shuttle docked and released its cargo. A tall figure in sleek armor, with a helmet hiding their face. The visitor moved smoothly through the corridors toward their quarters. Tyler and Zarla watched quietly from the window. The armored figure stopped in front of their door. A sharp knock followed. Zarla moved to open the door. The visitor stepped inside, removing their helmet. A human face appeared, stern, alert, and serious. Lieutenant Morgan, Tyler recognized. Morgan was the station's security officer. Monroe, Zarla, she said without a smile. I need to speak with you both. This visit is official. Tyler nodded slowly. What's the problem, Lieutenant? Morgan looked around carefully. There have been reports of unauthorized research experiments on Station Argus. We need to ensure no one here is involved. Zarla raised a brow. We have done no unauthorized experiments. Our research is approved. Morgan's eyes stayed sharp. I understand that. But we will conduct an inspection. Tyler exchanged a glance with Zarla. The last thing they wanted was trouble, but they were prepared to cooperate. Lieutenant Morgan began her inspection methodically. She checked their equipment, their logs, even the strange plants Zarla kept. Tyler showed her the repair tools and explained his daily tasks. Morgan nodded. Your work seems routine. Zarla demonstrated her biosensor and explained her study of human biology. Morgan's expression softened slightly. Your research is fascinating, but we must follow protocol. After several hours, Morgan finished her inspection. I found nothing suspicious, she said finally. Tyler sighed with relief. So you're leaving? Morgan shook her head. Not yet. There's one more thing. She handed Zarla a small data chip. This contains a message from Station Command. They want you to prepare a joint presentation on human-Xanthari cooperation for the upcoming Galactic Summit. Zarla's eyes lit up. This is a great honor. Tyler smiled. Looks like we're in the spotlight. Morgan gave a small nod. You'll have my support, but remember, the whole galaxy will be watching. As Morgan left, Zarla turned to Tyler with excitement. This is an opportunity to show that humans and Xanthari can work together. Tyler nodded. And maybe change some minds. The next days were filled with preparation. Zarla collected data on their shared experiences while Tyler helped create visuals and demonstrations. Their teamwork amazed even themselves. One afternoon, while working on a holographic display, Tyler asked, Do you think people will really listen? Zarla smiled softly. If we show respect and honesty, they will. Our story is real. Tyler felt a new confidence growing inside him. Late that night, Tyler lay awake, thinking about how far he had come. From a nervous engineer with an alien roommate to a partner in a mission of peace. Zarla, meanwhile, meditated quietly in her hammock, her thoughts focused on the Fut, for they had faced awkward moments, misunderstandings, and even danger. But their friendship was stronger than ever. As the station orbited silently above Zeta Prime, two very different beings prepared to take a small step toward unity in a vast galaxy. The days on Station Argus grew busier with each passing moment. The announcement from Station Command had spread quickly. Tyler and Zarla were to represent their species in a joint presentation at the upcoming Galactic Summit. It was a huge honor and a big responsibility. Tyler felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. Standing in front of thousands of beings from many planets was nothing like fixing solar panels or solving small station problems. He had never imagined that his life would take such a turn. Zarla, on the other hand, was calm and focused. She spent hours studying how best to present their story, the history of cooperation between humans and Xanthari, and the benefits of working together. She believed strongly in the power of unity. Tyler, Zarla said one morning, we must show them that two very different species can learn and grow together. Our message must be clear and honest. Tyler nodded. I agree. But how do we make it interesting? I want people to really listen. Zarla smiled gently. We will tell our story. The moments of confusion, the moments of laughter, and the moments of trust. That is what will connect us. Their preparation took many forms. They worked on holographic displays showing the technology they had developed together. They rehearsed speeches and practiced answering questions. Tyler found himself explaining human culture more deeply than ever before. He talked about humor, emotions, and friendship in ways that Zarla had never heard. Zarla shared stories of Xanthari history and their own ways of building trust. She demonstrated their biosensors and talked about the importance of understanding feelings to improve cooperation. One day, Tyler brought in a small portable speaker and played some human music. Zarla listened carefully, her eyes shining. "Music carries emotion in waves," she said softly. "It is a powerful way to connect." Tyler laughed. "Yeah, humans love their music. It's one of the best ways to share feelings." As the summit approached, the station's atmosphere changed. Other species arrived, each preparing their own presentations. The halls buzzed with languages, smells, and colors Tyler had never seen before. Zarla and Tyler practiced their presentation again and again. Sometimes they argued about details, but always ended with laughter and a better plan. One evening, as they reviewed their speech, Tyler said, I never thought I'd be standing on a stage with an alien telling our story." Zarla smiled. "Neither did I, but life is full of surprises." Tyler nodded. "Yeah, and I'm glad it's you." The day of the Galactic Summit finally arrived. The Grand Hall was massive, filled with representatives from hundreds of worlds. Lights flashed, cameras moved, and the hum of quiet conversation filled the air. Tyler and Zarla stepped onto the stage, feeling the weight of hundreds of eyes upon them. Tyler took a deep breath and began. "Hello, everyone. My name is Tyler Monroe, and this is my friend and partner, Zarla of the Xanthari." Zarla nodded and added, "We come from very different worlds, but we share one goal, to build trust and cooperation between our peoples." Together they told the story of their time on Station Argus, the awkward moments, the lessons learned, and the friendship that grew. Holograms showed the plants Zarla tended, the tools Tyler fixed, and the moments of laughter they shared. The audience listened intently, some nodding, others whispering among themselves. Tyler shared how trust had helped him work faster and better, and how Zarla's understanding of emotions had improved their teamwork. Zarla spoke about the importance of openness and honesty, and how sharing one's true self, even in unexpected ways, could create bonds that crossed galaxies. When they finished, the hall erupted in applause. Back in their quarters after the summit, Tyler and Zarla sat quietly, letting the excitement fade. "That went better than I imagined," Tyler said, smiling tiredly. "Yes," Zarla agreed. "Our message was heard." Tyler looked at her thoughtfully. I think we both changed a lot through this." Zarla nodded. "Yes, we have grown in understanding and trust. This is only the beginning." In the days that followed, their partnership became an example across the station. Other humans and Xanthari began working more closely, inspired by their story. Tyler and Zarla knew challenges would come, but they were ready. They had faced awkwardness, cultural gaps, and unexpected moments. Yet through it all, they had built something rare and valuable, true friendship. And in a galaxy filled with unknowns, that was the greatest achievement of all. After the success at the Galactic Summit, life on Station Argus seemed to glow with hope and promise. Tyler and Zarla were proud of what they had accomplished. Their story had inspired others, and the station was becoming a place where humans and Xanthari worked side by side more than ever before. But peace and progress often attract challenges. One evening, as the station's artificial stars twinkled, softly Tyler was repairing a communications panel when an urgent message came through. Zarla's biosensor device beeped, signaling increased activity nearby. Tyler wiped sweat from his brow. "What's going on?" Zarla's eyes narrowed. "I am detecting unusual signals in the station's outer systems. This may not be an accident." Tyler frowned. "Could it be a technical problem?" No, Zarla said. It feels deliberate. They decided to investigate together. Walking through the dim corridors, their footsteps echoing softly, they reached the outer control room. The monitors showed strange energy fluctuations, small bursts of interference that could disrupt the station's life support systems if left unchecked. Tyler studied the data. Someone is trying to hack into the station. Zarla's voice was firm. We must find the source and stop it before damage is done. Together, they traced the signals through the station's network. It led them to an old maintenance tunnel, rarely used. Tyler pulled out his toolkit, ready for whatever lay ahead. As they entered the tunnel, the air felt colder. Strange noises echoed around them, soft whispers and mechanical clicks. Suddenly, a shadow moved in the corner. Tyler and Zarla froze. A small cloaked figure stepped into the light. I am Krell, a messenger from the Shadow Syndicate, the figure said. You have crossed a line by uniting species. Some do not want peace. Tyler narrowed his eyes. What do you want? Krell smiled darkly. You will see soon enough. Before they could react, Krell vanished into the tunnels. Back in their quarters, Tyler and Zarla exchanged worried looks. This Shadow Syndicate sounds dangerous, Tyler said. Zarla nodded. They are known for sabotage and fear. We must be cautious. Tyler ran a hand through his hair. Why attack now, after the summit? Because change threatens those who profit from conflict, Zarla replied. The next days were tense. Small systems on the station malfunctioned, power surges, communication blackouts. The crew grew anxious. Tyler and Zarla worked tirelessly, using their combined knowledge to fix the problems and strengthen security. One evening, Zarla said quietly, We must not let fear win. Our friendship is a symbol of hope. Tyler smiled. We'll show them what trust can do. Together they set a trap for the saboteur. Using Zarla's biosensors and Tyler's engineering skills, they created a decoy system, an easy target for the hacker. When the Shadow Syndicate tried to breach it, they traced the signals back to a hidden room deep in the station. Tyler and Zarla moved quickly. Inside, they found Krell again, this time, surrounded by stolen equipment and plans for further sabotage. Krell sneered. You think your friendship can stop us? Zarla stepped forward calmly. It already has, because together, we are stronger. Tyler activated a security lock, trapping Krell until station security arrived. With the threat neutralized, the station breathed easier. Tyler looked at Zarla, grateful. We make a good team, Zarla smiled. Yes, and we will face whatever comes, together. The days after Krell's capture were filled with relief and hope. Station Argus slowly returned to its usual rhythm, but something had changed. Tyler and Zarla's friendship had become a beacon for everyone on the station. Their story was no longer just about two roommates. It was about trust, courage, and the possibility of peace in a galaxy often filled with fear and conflict. Tyler spent his mornings fixing systems and sharing smiles with the station crew. He noticed how many species, humans and Zenthari alike, stopped to talk, eager to hear about his adventures and lessons learned with Zarla. Zarla, meanwhile, was busy planting new biogardens, each one a symbol of growth and life. She often thought about how far she had come, from a quiet alien stranger to a trusted friend and partner. One afternoon, as the station orbited a bright blue planet, Zarla approached Tyler with a small device in her hand. I have a proposal, she said softly. Tyler looked up, curious. We should create a permanent program here on Argus, one that teaches cooperation between species. We can share knowledge, culture, and friendship. Tyler smiled broadly. I like that idea. We could call it the Unity Project. Zarla nodded. Yes, together we can help build a future where no one is afraid of the other. They brought the idea to the station leaders, who welcomed it enthusiastically. Soon the Unity Project became a reality. Classes, workshops, and cultural exchanges took place regularly. The station transformed into a place of learning and understanding. Tyler and Zarla often led the sessions. Ether, sharing their stories and encouraging others to look beyond differences. One evening, after a long day, Tyler and Zarla sat quietly on the observation deck, watching the stars twinkle. "Do you remember when I caught you naked?" Tyler asked with a laugh. Zarla smiled warmly. "How could I forget? That moment was the beginning of everything." Tyler shook his head. "I never thought something so awkward could lead to this. Friendship, trust, and even hope for the galaxy." Zarla reached out, gently touching his arm. "It shows that sometimes the smallest moments change the biggest things." As the station's artificial night began, a new message arrived from Station Command. It invited Tyler and Zarla to visit the Galactic Council and speak about the success of the Unity project. The invitation was a sign of recognition and hope for the future. Tyler looked at Zarla with determination. "Ready for the next adventure?" Zarla's eyes sparkled. "Always." Together they prepared to leave Station Argus, but neither forgot how their journey began. With trust, openness, and a little unexpected nudity, their story was proof that even in a vast, unknown universe, friendship could shine brighter than the stars. And as their shuttle lifted off, carrying them toward new horizons, Tyler and Zarla knew one thing for sure. The future was theirs to build. Together,